In the name of Allah, the most kind and most merciful. Hello and welcome. It's good to have you here. Whether you are watching live or catching the replay later, I want you to take a deep breath, sit back, and get ready for something that's going to completely change the way you look at technology and even the way you talk to it. Because today we are diving into prompt engineering, what it is, why it matters, and how it quietly becoming one of the most important skill in the world right now. Now I know that sound big, but don't worry. We are starting from very beginning. The first hour is all about understanding the why behind the prompts, why they matter, why they work, and how small changes in words can totally transform the results you get from AI tools like ChatGPT. Before we jump in, let's set a few ground rules for today's live session. Rule number one, there are no silly questions. Seriously, everyone here, from beginners to pro, is learning something new together. Rule number two, be curious. Prompt engineering is a creative process, not a rigid science. You will get the best results when you experiment, play, and explore. And rule number three is interact. If you're watching live, jump into the chat from time to time. Type your thoughts, your aha moments, your way that's interesting. Reaction if something I speaks and it sparks an idea, drop it in, because that's how we learn best together. Does it sound good? Awesome. Now let's start with the bigger picture. We are living through one of the biggest shifts in technology since the invention of internet. AI tools, language models, image generators, voice assistants are everywhere. People are using them to brainstorm business ideas, write books, code softwares, teach lessons, and every single one of these results start with the same way, with a prompt. A prompt is just like a line of text, but it's also a key. It's the way we unlock the power of these massive AI systems. Think about it. When you open a chat with an AI model like ChatGPT, you are not coding, you are not writing algorithms, you are talking. You are using everyday language to communicate with someone that's being trained on billion of words. But this is the key. The AI doesn't read your mind. It only responds to what you say. That's why how you say it matters so much. Let me show you something simple to start us off. Imagine I walk up to you and say, tell me about dogs. You might start by saying, dogs are animal, they bark, they are loyal. Pretty basic, right? Now imagine I say, explain why dogs make such emotionally intelligent companions, especially compared to other pets. Suddenly your brain, and in this case the AI brains, goes into completely different direction. You are thinking about emotions, comparison, empathy, connection. The answers become more thoughtful, more specific, and more human. That's what prompt engineering does. It's not about tricking the AI or writing fancy words. It's about guiding the conversation. Now let's zoom out for a second. Why does this even matter? Well, think about how quickly AI has become part of our lives. We have tools that can write essays, design logos, summarizes meeting, all from your text input. But here's the big thing. This tool doesn't decide what to do. They wait for us to tell them. So the better we are communicating what we want, the better results we get. Prompt engineering is really a new form of digital literacy. In the same way, people had to learn how to search effectively on Google or organize information on the internet. We now have to learn how to talk to AI in a structured, thoughtful way. And here's the good news. You already have all tools you need: language, creativity, and curiosity. I want to pause for a moment and make this clear. Prompt engineering isn't just for tech people. It's for writers, teachers, business owners, designers, parents, students, basically anyone who ever types words to a chat box. The person who can explain what they exactly want clearly will always get better results than the person who can't. That's true whether you are talking to another person or to an AI. If we take an real world example, if you want an Instagram post, say you run a small coffee shop and you want to post on Instagram to promote your new pumpkin spice latte, you could type into ChatGPT, write a post for Instagram, and let's try it out in the ChatGPT about here we are going to try, and it will give result to us. Now if we give a specific prompt to it, it's not bad, but it's not great. Now we are giving a specific direction to it, and let's check out. Here we see, write a playful Instagram post promoting on our new pumpkin spice latte, make it sound cozy, target college students, and include few emojis. Let's check out how it brings results for us. Now you see, for the same post we have different results where emojis are added and focused on college students. So this is the beauty of prompt engineering. That's the magic of prompt engineering. Now let's see with another example about learning. Let's try another. Say you are a student learning about photosynthesis and you say explain photosynthesis. We are saying explain photosynthesis. It's a generic prompt. Now let's check out how it brings results for us. It has given us the basic ideas of photosynthesis. Here it has given the results. Now if we give it a specific prompt, here we are seeing explain photosynthesis to me like I am 10-year old using emojis and fun stories. Now let's check out the results. Now it has customized results according to your 10-year-old student. So you see, with the different prompts we are getting different results. You are shaping the delivery and the depth of the answer just by how you ask. If you think about it, every field can use this. A writer can use it for brainstorming story ideas. Marketer can design campaigns. Students can learn complex topics in simple terms. Developers can debug code faster. Parents can plan meals and create bedtime stories for kids. And it all starts with learning how to design or craft the right prompt. Prompt engineering gives you control over how AI communicates back to you instead of random questions and hoping for the best. You will know how to design prompts that get you exactly what you need. Now the question is how AI understands you. Let's unpack this idea just a bit more. When you type a prompt into an AI tool, it doesn't think like a human. It predicts text word by word based on patterns it learned during training. That means the word you choose in your prompt shapes the direction of the AI's predictions. If you are vague, the model has to guess. If you are specific, it can focus. So in a way, writing a good prompt, like setting up a bowling lane, the bumpers you add, which means the context, the tone, the structure, help guide the ball towards the strike. In this course, we will give you the guidance of how to create these prompts. I am not only going to teach you about writing prompt, I will guide you how to write good prompts and how to think like a prompt engineer. You can learn how to structure prompts using simpler frameworks, improve results through interactions and refinement, collaboration with AI instead of just commanding it, build personal use prompts that save time, reduce stress, and even spark creativity. By the end, you will be able to use AI not as a gadget but as a genius thinking partner. If you're watching live now, I want you to do something right now. In the chat box, type the word ready if you are excited to start learning how to prompt like a pro. I will give you a second. Okay. This is going to be a fun and interactive journey. If you're watching live, give your answer. Now let me tell you a little story. When the first public version of ChatGPT came out, people were amazed. They typed random questions like write a poem about coffee or tell me a joke about robots, and it worked. But then a few curious users started experimenting, adding more context, instructions, and personalities. Suddenly they get output that sound human. They were designing lesson plans, building apps, generate characters, even solving real problems. That's when people real amazed. The secret wasn't just the AI, it was the prompt. And that's when prompt engineering became a real discipline, a bridge between human creativity and machine understanding. Now, before we wrap up the first segment, let me tell you about what's coming up in the next coming hours. I will show you exactly how the AI can produce a bad response, a billion response, all based on your prompt. We will compare, analyze, and break down why one works better than other. After that, we will define the basic structure of an effective prompt, and later today we will write your first personal use prompt with me. Now we are moving ahead towards our next topic, that is related to good prompt versus bad prompts. Give me a second before we start the next topic. All right. I hope you are comfortable, hydrated, and ready to see something very cool. Because right now we are going to look at how a tiny change in wording can totally change what AI gives you. And don't worry, you don't have to memorize anything yet. For this part, just watch and notice. Okay, imagine you are a student writing an essay about climate change. You open ChatGPT and type write about climate change. Let's do it practically. Here we have written what write about climate change, and it has started writing. Now what do you think? You would get pretty standard, right? You would get a generic result. Now if we give a improved version and give more specific instructions to the ChatGPT, where we say write a 200-word essay on climate change, that sounds like a passionate high school student trying to convince their classmate to care. Include one emotional appeal and one scientific fact. Now what results you will get? You see, now you get a better result because we have given a specific prompt to it. That is the power of prompt engineering. It has added a scientific fact and tried to convince the students to care about the climate change. But above you have got the only generic result. What is climate change? What happened in this prompt? A word count. Then you have given a tone, that is passionate high school student. Then given a purpose to convince classmates, and then is a specific element to add a one emotional appeal. So you have given more specific direction to the ChatGPT to bring a good results. So this is the basic good and bad prompt difference. All right, quick check in everyone watching live. Have you ever gotten a really generic or boring AI answer before? Type yes in the chat. Now if we take a second example, now let's switch topic, something fun and relatable. Imagine you ask, give me a meal plan. We are giving a prompt to the ChatGPT and say, give me a meal plan. Again, it will be a generic result. It's asking us to give you answer. We say it, get it fill with demo answer. It's just to save your time. You can add your details to get a specific plan. It has given us the plan that includes the goal, restrictions, and style. Now if we give it the more specific prompt to it, where we are going to say, create a 7-day meal plan for a busy professional who wants quick, high protein meals under 500 calories each. Make sure no recipe repeats and include grocery list suggestions. Now it has given us more clear and specific results, where it has mentioned the calories, ingredients, and not repeated any recipe. It's classified it for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Then it has given us the grocery list, that is protein. Then it has produce, dry goods, extras. So it has given us the more specific answer, because we have given it the direction to give it who it is for, what to include, the format, and the grocery list. The difference between a weak and strong prompt is usually clarity and context. Weak prompts are short and vague. Strong prompts are clear, specific, and directed. When you learn to add just the right amount of structure, your results explode in quality. Let's slow down for a moment. I want you to think about what actually happening here. When you give the AI a vague prompt, it's like walking into a restaurant and saying, "Bring me food." What happens? You might get something, sure, but will it be what you wanted? Probably not. Now imagine walking in and saying, "I would like a spicy vegetarian curry with rice, not too oily." You're just engineering the outcome. That's what a prompt is, a menu order for you or your AI. Alright, let's make this interactive. In the chat, type one daily task you could use AI for. Anything, write an email, planning a workout, creating a study guide, helping with recipes. Give your answer in the chat box. I am waiting for your answer. Let's be the part of live stream. Now here we have the third example, or next demo. Let's say you need to email your boss asking for an extra day off. And if we say write an email to my boss asking for a day off, we are going to give it write an email to my boss asking for a day off. We have given it the prompt. It has given us the results. Obviously, it will give us the generic results. And if we give it a more specific prompt, where we say write a short, polite email to my boss asking for 5 days off for personal reason, keep it friendly and professional, and end with a appreciation. Now it will bring us a different result. If we take another example for a business use, say you own an online store selling eco-friendly water bottles, and we say write a product description. For selling eco-friendly bottles. Again, it will give us generic results. If we give it a more specific direction, here we give a prompt. Maybe say write a 3-sentence product description for an eco-friendly water bottle made from recycled material, user-friendly, upbeat tone that appeals to hikers and travelers, and with a call to action. Now it will give us more specific results according to our directions. That would include the recycled material, friendly tone. Now it has given us the 3-line product description that includes recycled material. It's perfect for hikers, travelers, or doing outdoor activities. So ChatGPT is giving results according to your given details. Now let's see how AI decides the tone. You might be wondering, how does the AI knows how to sound friendly or professional or funny? Well, it's learned from patterns in millions of examples. So when you include the tone words like friendly, professional, playful, motivational, it triggers those patterns. If you don't tell it about the tone, its default tone is neutral, which often sounds well boring. So when in doubt, tell the AI how to talk. Let's check out another example that is about creative writing. Let's say we say it about write a story about dragon. Here we say write a story about dragon. It has given us a story. If we make it more specific, and say write a 300-word fantasy story about a dragon who's afraid of fire. Make it sound like a Pixar movie and include a moral lesson at the end. Now let's see how specific results it brings for us. Now the result is different. Why? Because we have added the length and asked to make it fancy, then added a twist, that's a dragon afraid of fire. Then we have also added the style, that is Pixar movie, and added the purpose, which gives us a moral lesson. For those who have joined us now, give your message in the chat box. Are you learning something new? Or give your feedback about this live stream. Now let's see why this is so powerful. AI doesn't make you less creative, it multiplies your creativity. When you learn how to guide it, it doesn't replace you, it amplifies you. It's like having a brilliant assistant who can think fast but needs clear instructions. You provide the vision, the prompt is your communication tool. So let's recap so far. In the first hour, we have just learned and see prompts are instructions, not just the questions. Bad prompts are vague, good prompts are specific, structure, and more powerful. AI mirrors your clarity. The clear message you are, the better results it will give to you. Now we are checking out what prompt engineering really means. So far today we explored what prompts are, how they change the quality of AI's responses, and why the way you ask matters just as much as what you ask for. Now we are stepping into something even more exciting, actually defining what prompt engineering is and learning it for structure. This is where things start clicking. You will be able to look at any AI conversation and think, let's move to what exactly is prompt engineering. You've probably seen fancy definitions online that sound like this. Prompt engineering is the process of designing and optimizing inputs to AI language model to achieve desired outputs. Are useful for beginners? Not really. Here's the plain English version I would like to use. Prompt engineering is learning how to talk to AI so it actually understands what you mean. That's it. It's not coding, it's not math, it's communication, structure, and intentional communication. If you talk, you can prompt. We have a chat from Runner Vihan asking about which days you are live. We Thanks for your comment. Let me reply to it. Wait for a second. Thanks for those who all have joined our live stream. We are here for you. Give your feedback about the live stream and why we will try to improve our stream according to your messages, according to your feedback. What you want to see, give us in the chat box. Now let's move towards our prompts. Is asking about the time. We have just started 30 minutes. Now you have got your answer, Rana Rehan. Okay, let's move towards our next topic, and that is think of an AI as really talented but slightly absent-minded intern. It can do amazing work, but only if you give it good instructions. If you just say write something, it panics and give you the first thing that comes out of the mind. But if you say write, let me type in the ChatGPT. Here we say write a 300 words blog post about healthy breakfast written like a fitness course, speaking to beginners. Then it will give you more specific results. If we move further and talk about the pillars of the great prompt, to make it easier, I want you to remember these three words that are role, task, and tone. These three are the foundation of every effective prompt. Whether you are using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or any other AI model, let's go through each one slowly with examples so you can get the right answer for you. First, we set the rules, who the AI should be. The role part tells the AI what identity or perspective it should take on while answering you. Because remember, AI doesn't have its own personality, it mirrors what you give it. If you just say write an article, it doesn't know if it should sound like a teacher, a marketer, or a journalist, or a friend. Let's give me a break of 1 minute. Okay, so you help it out by saying you are a professional copywriter, or act as a friendly teacher, or pretend you are a personal coach, which means you are given a role. Let's see if we say explain how to do yoga. Here we have given the prompt, explain how to do yoga. It will give us some of the results, but it would be obviously a generic result. But if we say more specific results and we give a prompt, let's say you are a certified yoga instructor, explain how to do yoga for beginners with a calm and motivating voice. Now we have added the role. Now it has given us the more better results because we have added the role. And now the tone changes. It uses simple words, encouraging phrases, and added small tips. By setting the role, you are giving AI a personality and expertise to respond with. Now the second thing is what we include is the task, where we say act as a marketing expert. We have given the prompt, given the role, and with that we also add the task. And the task is write 3 catchy slogans for a new eco-friendly shampoo brand. So here was the role and here was the task. So it has given us the 3 catchy lines for an eco-friendly shampoo slogan. But here is a common mistake. A lot of beginners forget the task part and just describe the topic. they will say things like you are a travel agent and stop there. The AI then sits there and thinking, okay, I'm traveling as now what? Always add what you want to do it. Plan a 3-day trip or to Paris under $800, or suggest family friendly destinations. Without a task, the AI has a role but no direction. Now the third thing is the tone, how the answer should sound. This is the emotional color of your prompt. The tone tells the AI how to talk. It will be formal, casual, funny, inspirational, or empathic, academic, poetic. This is the part that makes AI sound less robotic and more human. So let's take an example. Let's take one topic, that is exercise motivation. In first prompt, we say write a paragraph about why people should exercise. Let's check out. It has written the paragraph about why people should exercise, and now we are giving a second prompt that is more specific, and we say write a motivational paragraph about why people should exercise in an upbeat and friendly tone, like a personal trainer hyping you up. So here we have given the tone. Here are some tune examples you can experiment with. That could be friendly, professional, academic, playful, inspirational, persuasive, calm, confident, humorous. So these are the prompts or tones you can add in the prompts to get a more specific results. Now if we combine all these role, task and tone in a one powerful prompt, and we add a prompt, the ChatGPT, that is you are a professional career coach. Here is a role. Then it's adding the task. Write a short motivational email to someone who's nervous about a job interview. And here it has added the tone. Make it encouraging, clear and friendly. So here we have added all the three elements or pillar of the prompts, that are role, task and tone. With that, it has given us the better results than the above one. In this, we have added a role as a career coach, a task as I write a short email, and a tone as encouraging and friendly. If we ask you, give in the chat box, write your own quick prompt using all three parts, that is role, task or tone. Let's see who going to answer it. Here are some of the advanced tips for it. Once you get comfortable with role, task, tone, you can add a format section. That's where you can tell the AI to deliver the answer, for example in bullet points, as a table, as a step-by-step guide, or in a script format. If we see in this prompt, we say write as a productivity coach and list 5 ways to focus better when working from home. Write them as short bullet points with a friendly explanation. Here we added as list 5 ways and short bullet points. It will give us results in a better way because we have given direction to give in the bullet points that are easy to read. So you see, earlier we are getting the results in the paragraph form, but now we have given the direction to give answer in the bullet points, and it has given us the bullet points and given in the same 5 list ways. So this is how you give direction to the ChatGPT and get the better results. So this is the only mind shift where we go with the generic prompts to the specific prompts. In generic, you will say write an essay or give a summary or give a 5 facts, but in generic or specific prompts, you give more specific tones, roles, and tasks. And you become more conversational than giving a command. You are not the boss telling the AI what to do. You are teammates building something together. With this, we are moving ahead towards our next topic. Where we say how to ask smart follow-ups to the ChatGPT. Is another trick prompt engineers use, that are follow-up prompts. If the first answer isn't quite right, don't delete it and start over. Keep the same chat going and teach the AI what you want. Like this, where we say that's a bit too formal. You can make it sound more relaxed. Now it is giving results. It has given us the more relaxed and friendly version of the same prompt we have given earlier. So we are given a follow-up commands as well, or we can say good start, but they make it half as long. Now it will customize the results according to our directions. Now it has make the answer shorter. So this is the smart follow-up technique that you can use to refine your outcomes. And since AI remembers context within chat, it learns your preferences during the conversation. Let me tell you a quick story about marketing agency. They were using ChatGPT to write a blog post for their clients, but their writers kept complaining that the first draft sounds too robotic. After the first answer, instead of restarting, just reply to the AI, where we have given the prompt. To rewrite this, if you are chatting with a friend over coffee, Now it has customized the results according to the directions. Now the next thing is the coach and student analogy. Here is another way to picture it. When you talk to AI, think of yourself as the coach and the AI as the student. If the student gets the answer wrong, you didn't fire them. You explain what you meant, give feedback, and ask them to try it again. That's exactly how you refine your prompts, by giving AI the feedback in plain language. Now, what things you have to avoid? Let's talk about for a minute about what not to do when treating AI as a partner. Don't overload all at once. If you give it a huge wall of text with 10 different instructions, it will get confused. Break things down step by step. Secondly, don't start too early. Keep refining with the same chat. Context matters. Third, don't expect perfection in one go. The first part is your starting point, not the finish line. Now we are moving ahead towards our next topic, that is write your first prompt for a daily task. Let me add it to the screen as well. What we are going to discuss now, that is write your first prompt for a daily task. Till now, you have learned how prompts work, how to structure them, and how to treat AI as your language partner. Now it's time to get your hands with something new in the best way possible. We are going to create your first practical personal prompt together, something you can literally use today, right after this session, to make your day smoother, smarter, and maybe even a little more fun. So the first step is start with something real. Let's make this simple. Think of one thing you do every day that takes time, energy, and attention. Maybe it's writing emails, planning meals, organizing your to-do list, writing social media posts, learning something new, brainstorming ideas for your business or content. Got it? Perfect. Now I want you to imagine using AI as your personal assistant for that task. Not to replace you, but to help you get things done faster. The second step is to defining the task clearly. Here is where our prompt structure starts coming to life. We will use the formula we have learned earlier, and that is a role, task, tune. Let's take an example. For your daily task is writing email. Your first rough prompt might look like this. Here we say, write an example to my coworker about missing a meeting. That's okay, but it's very minimal. Let's improve by using a role, task, and tone in it. Let's check out the results of first prompt we have just added. It has given us the short email. Now we are going to add role, task in it. Here we have given the first prompt, adding a task. Let's say write an email to my coworker apologizing for missing a meeting. Then we are giving it a tone that describes as keep the tone friendly but respectful. Now just press enter and see the results, what it brings for us. So you see it has customized the results according to our directions. It has done generic email to a specific email that we have written for professional emails for co-workers, and the tone should be friendly and respectful. Now the step 3 is make it yours. Now let's make it personal. Think about the task you picked earlier, the one you would like help with. Say it loud or type it in your notes. Don't overthink it. Now try filling in the sentences template. Where we say, you are a friendly nutrition coach. Your task is to help me plan healthy meals for a week. The tone should be supportive and ongoing, or maybe easygoing. And let's check out the example. Let's see what results it brings for us. It has given us the results that make it simple, healthy, and stress-free results for a 7-day meal. Similarly, you can try other prompts yourself. I am just skipping that for now, just to save your time. Now the step 4 is to add the context. Here is where the magic happens. AI is great at guessing, but it's amazing when you feel it context. Context means giving a little extra background, the why or how behind what you are doing. Let's take that earlier example. That is, you are a friendly nutrition coach. Your task is to help me plan healthy meals for this week. The tone should be supportive and easygoing. Now, if we add the context, it would be like, you are a friendly nutrition coach helping me plan healthy meals for the week. I am vegetarian who wants to eat more proteins but doesn't have a lot of time to cook. Let's check out. We give it the prompt and see how it makes difference in the above results. Here we have just given the prompt. Now it has given us a quick high protein vegetarian meal plan that is easy to prepare and doesn't take hours in the cook to be in the kitchen. It will keep it simple, flexible, and protein packed. It has given the classification of 7 days with a breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. Same for the 7 days. Now we have given the AI something real to work with. It can personalize the results, maybe suggest high protein vegetarian meals that are quick and easy to make. Now the next thing is to give it a format. Once you have given a role, task, tone, and context, there is one more thing that makes your prompt crystal clear, that is format. The format tells the AI how you want the answer delivered. For example, list 5 ideas in bullet points, write in the paragraph form, summarizes this in 3 sentences. The next is create table with the pros and cons. When you combine these formats or 4 paths, your prompts become more powerful and predictable. And what are those paths? That is role, task, tone, and format. Let's see in a step-by-step example. Let's you want help planning your day. You might start with a basic prompt that is help me plan my day. That is here we have. Then we are going to add the role, that is you are a productivity coach. Then is task, that's a help me plan my day effectively. Then we are going to add a tone, that says use a motivating and encouraging tone. Then we are going to add the context. Then we are giving the format, which say give me a clear hourly schedule format from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now it has given us the results according to our prompt, given us the plan from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. according to the role, task, format, context, and the tone. So this is how you can make your prompts more powerful. You have just written a professional level prompt that would make most expert nod in approval. Alright, everyone watching this live, type done in the chat if you are written your first personal prompt. Now the next step is to test and redefine or refine. Now here is something all experts do, and I want you to start doing it today. Test your prompts, look at the output, then tweak it. Let's say the AI answers is too long. You might reply with shorten that to 100 words. If it feels too formal, make it sound more conversational. If it misses details, you can say add more examples. You didn't need to restart it. You are coaching the AI to get it right. This refine cycle is how professionals get high quality output in record time. Now the next step is giving a feedback. Here is something fun. AI actually learns about something better during conversation when you tell it what worked. For example, you say that second version was much better, the tone felt more natural, or you say good job summarizing that, you can keep that style next time. It doesn't really remember between chat, but inside a single conversation, it adjusts. So giving feedbacks like that makes your responses feel more human and customized. Now the next step is to add a creative twist. Now that you have built your first working prompt, let's have some fun. What if you made it a little more creative? You could say things like, pretend you are giving advice, answer as if you are a stand-up comedian, explain this topic like you are teaching a 10-year-old, describe this scene as a movie trailer narrator. These creative roles not only make prompt fun, they also help you learn how flexible language models are. Now the next is to save and reuse it. One of the best habits you can develop is saving your prompts. When you ever Whenever you find one that's worked really well, copy it into your notes app like Google Docs or Notion page. Label it by purpose. That could be email helper, morning planner, brainstorming partner, learning buddy. That's why over time you build your own prompt library, and soon you won't even need to start from scratch. You will have to go templates that make you more productive every single day. Now the next step is reflect and celebrate. And let's take 60 seconds to appreciate something big. You just wrote your first custom structured prompt. That means you have understand how to give a role, define a task clearly, choose a tone, add context, specify a format, or refine through feedback. That's a professional level prompt engineering simplified into one process. Give yourself a little applause. Seriously, you have just joined the 1% of internet users who know how to talk to AI effectively. With that, we are moving ahead towards our next topic, and that topic is we have also added on the screen as well, that we say review and improve prompts together. You have just finished writing your first structure prompt. How awesome is that? Seriously, give yourself a pause, a clap emoji in the chat, or even any other emoji you like. Now in next part we are going to review and improve together. This is where the real magic of prompt engineering come in, because even though writing a good prompt is powerful, improving it, refining it like a craftsman's, that's where mastery begins. Now the question is why prompt review matters. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Even professional AI trainers really get a perfect answer on the first try. The difference between a beginner and an expert isn't that the expert write flawless prompts, it's that they know how to fix them. Think of it like cooking. if your first dish come out too salty, you didn't give up. You just adjust the recipe. Prompt review is the same. You look at what the AI gave you, figure out why it responded that way, and tweak your wording to guide it better next time. It starts with the three questions or a three question review framework. Whenever you get a response from AI, ask yourself these three simple questions. Where we say, did AI understand what I wanted? Or is the tone or style what I asked for? Did it deliver the right format or length? If the answer to any of these is not quite, don't delete and restart. Refine your prompt using follow-up instructions. Let's see this in action with an example of a simple email format where we say, write an email reminding my team about tomorrow's meeting. Let's wait and see how it brings results for us. Where we say, write an email reminding my team about tomorrow's meeting. It has given us the results. Now we have to see three questions framework. Whether AI understand what I wanted, then did it get the tone or style, or did it deliver the right format or length? If we say it has not given the tone or style, we say make it Let's me check out. Let's say it's too formal. Now it will make it more informal or conversational. So this is how you can review the prompts and give the directions. Now it has making a friendly version of the same email because we have reviewed the answer it has given to us. Then when we have redefined it or refined the prompt by saying it's too formal, and it has given us the friendly version or a casual version. So this way you can refine your prompts. If we see another example where we say explain the photosynthesis, we have given the prompt. Now we will see, did it get our results? Did it get our tone or format or length? We will refine it by saying make it more technical, and it should be 100 words. Now we have given the two instructions to make it more technical and add or make it up to 100 words. Now it will generate another results according to our directions. Now it's more technical and length is according to our direction, that is 100 words. So this way you can get results in a better way. Or we can also give a format where we say summarize that in three short bullet points. for a 10-year-old. Now it will going to customize the same results, make it for 10-year-old, and in 3 short bullet points. So this is the power of reviewing the prompt. Now the next thing is in the prompt is layering context. Sometimes the AI answer isn't wrong, it's just generic. For example, you say write a motivational quote about success. You will get a quote, and you have seen that 1,000 times, but we can improve that with context, where we say write a motivational quote about success for young artists struggling with self-doubt. Now you will get more precise results because you have added the context. If we check another example, that is the role upgrade. Here is a fun one. When your AI response feels bland, try giving it more specific role. Instead of saying explain blockchain, we can say you are a technology journalist writing for beginners. Explain blockchain in a simple story like. Here we have upgraded the role. Let's wait for the results. Now it has given us the results. So you see how simple it is to make things better with adding some new things and making your directions more specific. Now we are discussing about the 1% rule. Here is a mindset I want you to remember forever. Each tweak improves the prompt by 1%, but those 1% gains compound. That means every tiny improvement adds up to huge progress. A single word can completely shift the AI understanding. Let's see an example. We say write a description of a coffee shop and give a prompt to ChatGPT. Now it will give us the generic results, and if we add only a one word, in our above prompt, you see we have only added this one word and it will change the results. And let's check out. Now you see both have different answers by just adding only one word. So this way you can do better things by adding more specific directions. Now let's check out what the best prompt engineers do. Companies that use AI daily, do you know what separates the best teams? They didn't rush. They review their prompts like artists review sketches. They look at the results and ask, why did the AI say that? What part of my wording made it interrupt things that way? How can I adjust it for clarity? Prompt engineering is 50% creativity and 50% curiosity. You become a detective of language, noticing some clues that shape big outcomes. Here are some common fixes you will use all the time. Let's make a quick cheat sheet you can remember, where you see the problems and the simple fixes. Here I am going to type it in the ChatGPT where you can see it. Let's wait. If it's too long, summarize it in X words, where you can say summarize it to 100 words, 200 words. If it's too short, you can say it to add more details. If it's too formal, you can say it, make it more conversational. If it's more casual, you can say it, make it more professional. If it's generic results, you can say it, add it more specific examples. If it's off topic, you can say it, focus only on your topic. If it's too reportive, you will say use natural human like phrasing. So this way you can guide the ChatGPT or any other AI results generator. You can make it more specific by giving this feedback to it, and it will give you the results according to your needs. With that, we are moving ahead towards our next topic, that is group reflection and key takeaways. Let me add it on the screen as well. If you are learning something new from this live stream, give this in the chat box. Can you see the screen? For those who have just joined now, give your name in the chat box or time zone where you are watching from. Give your country name. Give your feedback about this live stream. We have covered a lot today, from exploring what prompt engineering is to writing your first structured prompt, how to improve it, refining it, and thinking like an AI partner. Now it's time to step back, relax for a moment, and reflect together. Because reflection is where the learning really sticks. Let's begin with a gratitude. Before we even talk about the key takeaways, let's take 10 seconds right now to appreciate something. You are here learning brand new skills that will shape this future of how people work, learn, create, and communicate. So just pause, smile, and say quietly to yourself, I am learning something powerful today. Because you really are. You aren't just learning to use AI tools, you are learning to speak a new language, the language of collaboration between humans and AI, and that's something worth behind point of. Till now we have learned different things. That is what is prompt engineering. You learn that prompt engineering is the art and science of communicating effectively with AI systems, giving them clear, well-structured instructions so they can deliver exactly what you need. It's not just about typing questions, it's about designing conversation with intention. Then we looked at real world examples or prompts for our daily life. We saw how people use prompts to write emails, blogs, or marketing copy. Then plan meals, workouts, and travel initiatives, learn languages or study complex topics, even build apps, design logos. AI is already woven into so many parts of modern life, and prompts are the bridge that connects your ideas to what AI can do. After that, we compared bad prompts and good prompts. We saw that vague prompts confuse AI, while clear ones like gives better results. Then we have explored the structure of a great prompt that includes a role, task, or tone, and sometimes context. Then we have talked about AI as your language partner, not a robot. And finally, we wrote and redefined your first prompt. Then we have see the 3-question review changed everything. So that's we have covered today all about prompt engineering, what prompt engineering is and why it matters. So this was all for today. We will come back tomorrow with some new prompts and new ideas for you. If you have learned something new, give in the chat box. And for now, we are saying goodbye.